Alright, hello, welcome to Story Time with Is Bullets. This is something that, well, I'll probably never do another video of this again because I'm horrible at doing stuff frequently at all. I mean, there's another thing I could probably talk about later, but I don't know. I'm really terrible at doing these on a consistent basis. Anyways, so, for people that are not aware, I ran Superhot at SGDQ 2017. It was pretty cool. Watch the video. Actually, at the time wasn't amazing, but like, you know, it was interesting. It was fun. There were some cool people on the couch. It was good times. It was probably one of the last Superhot runs I did ever. Might have been. Either way. So, that run almost didn't happen. For fun reasons. For interesting reasons. We'll get into. But either way. So, it is 2017, summertime. I submit Superhot once. For AGDQ, didn't get in. Submitted a second time for SGDQ, did get in. About a 20-minute run, not too long, not too much. And I was even slated to do an interview for it. I don't know if it was before or after the run. I actually think it was after. So, either way. So, that was on the schedule for that. That was what I was planning to do. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. It's actually at the end of the week. It's just kind of rare for me. I think it was on the last day even. It was the beginning of the last day, but still the last day. It was really cool, really interesting. What ends up happening is, I'm just practicing doing normal stuff. And usually in the practice rooms, you have the stream, someone puts the stream on one of the computers there so people can see it. Or if you're in the main casual room, people can see it there's a big projector screen usually where you can watch the marathon off of. But if you're in the private practice room, usually someone just puts the marathon on an empty computer where if no one's using it. And you know, you kind of notice, like, while I'm practicing, I'm like, huh, Tetris. It's been a setup block for a while for Tetris. You know, it's been going on for quite a while. I don't know what's going on with that. It's kind of weird. Wonder if this was something they understood was going to happen and they set a large setup block for it. Nope. It was not. I don't know the specifics, and I don't want to like assume anything or put any blame on anyone, as I did not poke around on that situation and figure out what happened. But suffice to say, I believe Tetris took an hour to do their setup for their showcase. Not pointing fingers either direction, because these things happen. It happens every online marathon ever. Is someone you know, somebody something messes up. Not necessarily someone, just something goes wrong. And that happens. But when you compile that along with other, you know, people going over estimate, other small tech things that go wrong, that delay things, people wanting to show stuff after their run or watching credits and pushing back a little bit of time. You know, we have stuff like that happening. Now it's like, you know, you only lost an hour there, but that along with everything else kind of puts the marathon in a bit of a tailspin. So all that together means that my run gets pushed back, and I check the schedule. I'm like, that time can't be right. That looks a lot later than it was before. And I'm like, that time looks kind of familiar. And I believe it was, if not the exact time, very close to the time that my flight was happening, because I was leaving pretty soon after my run, but like there was a decent enough stretch in between where I could get to the airport and do all my stuff. But at one point, because of all the time that the marathon kind of got delayed by, my flight and my marathon run were at the exact same time. So my roommates can attest to this at the marathon. The next couple days were very stressful for me. The next however long the gap was between Tetris and Superhot, very stressful times. I was like trying to figure out how to work around the situation. GDQ canceled most of the interviews that were happening, including my own, which was really sad. I was about to say only done one interview, but that's incorrect. I think I've done 2 or 3. So, but at the time I hadn't done any, and I was like really looking forward to it. I thought it was gonna be a really cool thing to do. But either way, so that was the whole thing that happened with that. So I'm like, I'm gonna this run that I've been looking forward to doing so long, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to be on my flight because it wasn't feasibly possible. So thankfully, with all the interviews being cut and just generally them speeding people along and making people, you know, not kind of meander a bit after their runs, finally make back enough time where it's still pretty close to my flight, like not like right up to it and right at the exact same time, but it's still pretty close, to the point where Zick, one of my roommates, thank him very much, brought my bag, because I didn't want to bring my bags with me into the streaming room and keep them with me. He brought my bags with me so that I could go from the marathon room, grab the bags, get on the shuttle, get to the airport, get into my flight, and leave. I was pretty much, I didn't even get to like hang out with people and celebrate or do anything. I just left, just went out. And a fun little twist with this is that I was contacted by IGN and asked to do a little, like, not even interviews thing, but like a little kind of spotlight thing about the run, talking about speedrunning in general and kind of setting the scene with that and following me leading up to doing the Superhot run. And it was funny with that because it's like I have to juggle that along with this, and I'm pretty sure I did my run, and then we had to record the pre-run interview afterwards, just as a funny little you know, insert thing. It's like nobody would know that my run had already happened, but either way. So I had to do that before I grabbed my bags and left. So I was kind of jammed in a weird spot, and that was the whole entire extra thing. I don't think that's ever seen the light of day, the stuff that I did for that. I don't think that they've ever shown that. Not that anyone said. I feel like someone would have seen it by now if they posted anything about it, but don't think that's ever been seen by anyone. So that was a funny little extra tidbit. But yeah, so there was a point where my flight was going to happen during my run and that I was not going to be able to run Superhot. We might have been able to adjust the schedule a little bit to fix that, but it was in a weird spot that I don't know if it would have made sense to switch some runs around, but yeah, it was a little sketchy there, and we almost didn't have the Superhot run, which would have been a real tragedy, but you know, things worked out. Moral of the story is blame Tetris. It's kind of a little joke now. If the marathon gets behind, and with my friend group of people that like got to see me like stress the entire rest of the week about my run possibly being during my flight, you know, now it's a little bit of a funny joke about just, if ever the marathon gets behind, just blame Tetris. Tetris isn't even in the marathon, doesn't matter, just blame Tetris. For the record, I don't blame any of the Tetris people. I don't hold any grudges against anyone related to that showcase or anything. I know it happens. But yeah, so fun times.